everyone, so as you guys can already sort of tell, I don't know, I'm kind of like back to my dark hair. Funny story, many of you guys already knew that I had blonde hair in my previous videos and it just did not suit me, so I had it for about 10 days. And so I just decided to go back to my brown hair because I was just not feeling myself. Like, some people look really good with blonde hair and some people just don't, and I'm just one of those people that don't. I enjoyed it while it lasted, but I was ready to go back. It feels great. I feel myself again. Also, another thing I wanted to mention, I am wearing eye contacts, and these are Desio contact lenses in the style Creamy Beige. And I really like them. They were a pain in the butt to put on because I'm not used to applying contact lenses, but once I got the hang of it, they're really comfortable and they don't irritate my eyes and they don't move around, so that's really good. So something about these contact lenses and the hair just really inspired me to do like a bombshell makeup tutorial with like a neutral eye and a pink glossy lip, as well as like bronze flushed skin. Also, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed this makeup look, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! My lighting isn't loyal. It literally changes on me like 10 times per video. But anyways, moving on to primer. We're first starting out with the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer. That was a mouthful. And I'm just blending that all over the skin. For the base, I am going in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade 140, and this is my baby. I love this foundation. It's extremely lightweight. It has a very natural finish to it, and it's very long lasting on the skin, so I love this. I'm already at the end of my foundation, so I'm just kind of like scraping the ends, trying to get the most product out, and as you can see, I'm like low-key struggling, but oh, hi there, foundation. Nice to see you. Moving on. So we're just dotting this all over the face, and then I'm just going in with my beauty blender and we're just going to be buffing that away. I am taking my Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Fair by Maybelline, and I'm applying it underneath my eyes, around my mouth because I do get a lot of darkness there, and the center of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead because I do have a smaller forehead, and applying a lighter concealer there will make it appear a little bit bigger. And then you want to grab your sponge and then start blending it out. This concealer does set pretty quickly, so you want to work fast with it. Now I'm going to do a little bit of cream bronzing, and this is Dew The Hoola by Benefit, and I love this product so much. I recently fell in love with it all over again. I'm first applying it with a foundation brush and then patting it in the skin using my sponge, my beauty blender. And I love to use the sponge with this product because the consistency of this bronzer is very moussey and it's kind of watery, so using a sponge definitely gives you the best results. I just love it because it's very airy, it's moussey, and once it's blended out, you just have such a nice natural glow to the skin. I always add a little bit of bronzer or something on my nose just because I find that it just pulls the entire look together. For the under eyes, I'm going to be using the Mercier Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder in 1 to set my under eye concealer because this powder does not make my under eye concealer crease. And to set the rest of the face, I'm using my To set the rest of my face, I'm using my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I applied a little bit too much on my chin, so I'm just going to use all that powder that I just applied and spread it all over my face just to make sure that my face is nice and matte, and I set all of my cream products that I used. Now for bronzing up the skin, I'm taking my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer because what kind of a bombshell makeup look is this without having your face smell like chocolate? Like, it's serious, like it actually smells like chocolate. The blush I'm using is by Kevyn Aucoin in the shade Helena, and when I think of bombshell, I think of pink flush cheeks. So I'm using this blush today because it has that medium pink tone in it, and I find that it really complements my hair and the contact lenses. For today's highlight, I'm taking Becca Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Opal, and this is recently one of my favorite highlighters. I did not have this one. I had Moonstone and Champagne Pop, and I just recently got this one and I'm obsessed. It's like a beautiful bronzy pearl highlighter, and I found that it is just perfect for today's makeup look. I'm applying it all in the areas that I want to highlight, the cheekbones and the center of my face, and I'm setting it with MAC's Fix Plus just so my skin looks a little bit dewier and it's set as well. Recently, I've been obsessed obsessed with the look of fuller, darker brows, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm in love with them. So I am first using the Precisely My Brow Pencil to fill in and outline my brows, and then the Brow Zings. It comes with wax and powder, super cute packaging. I'm using the wax first to further fill in my eyebrows, and the powder to set the wax. And then to set my eyebrow hairs in place, I'm taking the Gimme Brow, and this is like super glue for your eyebrows. It locks them down. And then to clean up underneath my brow, I'm taking the Benefit High Brow, and this is like in the pinky tone, and this is perfect. It's a really creamy consistency. It plays like concealer. It conceals and lifts your brows at the same time. How many times did I just say brows? Like, oh my gosh. Next up, we're moving on to the eyes, and I am going to, you guessed it, prime those lids, baby. And I am using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot to do so. This is the best primer ever. And this is back, guys, the Modern Renaissance palette by ABH. Today I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do a neutral, everyday, smoky eye. First, we're just going to be setting our lids with a neutral shadow, and I'm grabbing Golden Ochre and applying that straight into the crease using my Sigma E40 blending brush. I feel like you guys have seen me do this step 500,000 times, so I'm just going to explain it one more time. This is going to be our transition shade, so yeah, that's basically what we're doing here. I always use a transition shade first to help the blending process later on. And also, each shadow that I use, I always drag the excess product on the brush underneath my lower lash line, just so it kind of balances each other out, so I don't have too much shadow on top and nothing on the bottom. Moving on, I'm taking Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange and taking my Sigma E25 blending brush. The E25 isn't meant for packing on color, it is meant for blending purposes, hence the name E25 blending brush. When a brush has white hair, it is most likely not going to be dense. It is just really fluffy and soft, which is really good for transition shades or just blending out colors in general. So I'm just taking those two colors in the outer corners of my eye and dragging it in my lower lash line. Moving on, I'm taking Tempera, and this shadow is so freaking pigmented. I only dipped in it twice, and look at the color payoff that I got. So I'm just applying it all over the lid and my brow bone just for a little bit of extra highlight. And I'm taking a fluffy brush. This is the Sigma E40, and I'm just blending out the edges. Now I'm going in with Warm Taupe and grabbing a small blender brush. This is by Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. Adding Warm Taupe in my crease and my lower lash line. I applied it where I applied all the other eyeshadows. This one is just on a different blending brush, so the color will come out a little bit more pigmented. Taking the darkest color in the palette, Cypress Umber, I'm going in with the same brush that I used previously, further deepening up my crease and outer corner and taking it to my lower lash line as well. This is just a really basic neutral eye. It's really easy to recreate, and you can use other colors as well. You don't have to use brown. I just decided to use brown because I wanted to create a neutral eye for you guys that you guys can create out of this palette. And we're just going to blend everything in one last time before we do our winged liner. For our liner, we're using the Maybeline Gel Liner, and I'm just going to be winging it out. And I'm actually going in with a thicker wing this time, and I'm only doing it halfway, so we have that extreme cat eye. I don't remember the name of this brush because it rubbed off, but it is by Morphe, and as you guys can tell, liner makes a huge difference. I don't know, I'm really loving it. Yeah, I'm like loving the half liner, thick liner look. It just really complements my eye shape. And then we're going to be doing mascara for the upper and lower lashes. And these lashes I'm using today are Posh Lashes in the style 217. And I got my lashes from ladymoss.com, and these were like $1.60. So go get you some. No, but seriously, they have a whole bunch of styles. I already shared on my Snapchat, but they have demi wispies and all these things. And the style that I'm using right now, they have like that cat eye shape, so that is what I'm kind of going for. Really beautiful, thin, easy to apply lashes. I'm using this lipstick called Tiana or Tiana. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, girl. But she created this lipstick with Ava Beauty, and it's a beautiful medium pink color. It's gorgeous for bridal, so I really love it. And I'm throwing on Buxom lip gloss in White Russian right on top. And this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, I love you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!